republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, here.
Yep.
Jones?
Yes.
Helmut?
Yes.
Moore?
Yep. Pretty sure.
Physically. First item would be considered the agenda for today.
Support that.
Motion by Moore, support from Helmers to approve the agenda as it was presented. Any further discussion? All those in favor of approval signify with aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Next is the minutes from our meeting last week on September 24.
Nothing stuck out of me, so I'll make a motion on the minutes. Second.
Motion by Schulte and support from Jones to approve the minutes. Further discussion concerning the minutes? All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay. Then consider our schedule for next month, starting tomorrow. 8th, 15th, and the 22nd. 15th, that's a request, or consistent, so our guests are ready.
We tell bonds, and about 2 weeks later, we need to have you do the authorizing documents, and then about 2 weeks later, you can get your money. Now, I will tell you that day, if you do not want to meet in person, as long as one person is here and dialed in, we could, at our office, provide you a conference line that you could all dial into, and we could host that call. So if it was best for all of you not to be here in person, we would be more than happy to host, and that should just be one item. It should just be one resolution. So, and you don't have to make that decision today. You can think about it, look at your calendars, and you can let us know, and we can put something out a couple days ahead of time if necessary. So.
Monthly schedule, I guess it would make sense to do it now, if you want to make some time to add it on the 8th.
I can be here.
Me too.
How about you guys? What phone work better for you guys, or what? Okay, what farms coming on? Yeah, it's raining that day.
Yeah.
And we could provide the dial-in, and anybody who dials in, and if you don't, if you come in person, that's fine as well.
That'll work.
Okay.
And what time would you like to set that? 8:45?
Be all right?
Okay.
In the meantime. We'll be identifying 8:30 on the 8th for drainage district, correct?
And the regular board meeting at.
I would suggest an hour and a half for that, so the regular board meeting will be at 10. On the 22nd, we'll go to 8:45.
We will send out the dial-in instructions for you that you can distribute for that 15th meeting at 8:45. Thank you.
If that is agreeable with everybody, we could take a motion for that. I'll make that motion. Support. Motion by Helmer, support from the board for those 3 dates. Further discussion? All those in favor signify with aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign.
Maybe with department heads on the 8th and like at 10:05 or does that work for everybody?
10:05.
Because they meet 8:30 on the 8th and the drainage and the meet at 10, so 10:05 work for the department heads.
Regular meeting at 10, there should work. Okay.
Hopefully the drainage won't last more than an hour either.
consideration for resolution number 9/1920. Award the sale of general obligation urban renewal bonds series 2019.
Mr. Chair, would you like me to present on this?
Do.
Thank you. I'm Maggie Berger, everyone, with Spear Financial, and we've laid in front of you a letter that's on our letterhead that shows you what has taken place today. So we were asked to come over and, through discussion that we've had this past summer, sell $750,000 of general obligation urban renewal bonds series 2019. As you can see from the letter, we are recommending that we award to the low bid from Bankers Bank of Madison, Wisconsin, at an interest rate of 1.9193. You can see that they are going to pay you $752,415.15. So they're actually going to give you a premium of $2,415.15. The reason they're giving you that premium is on page 2. They would like to have an interest rate of 2% all the way from the 21 maturity to the 2026 maturity. Interest rates probably in today's market are around a 1.65 to a 1.75 for the first couple of years, maybe that 21 and that 22. So they're going to pay you a small premium up front so that they can resell that in the market at 2%. So to do that, again, they're going to give you that small premium. Any dollars that you do not use, you can stick back into your debt service fund and use that to buy down the debt service or what you would collect from TIP to pay this. So you can see that we did have 6 bidders, and by state law, we do award on the low interest rate. And again, that's a fantastic rate of 1.9193. In our discussions early in the summer, we would have said that interest rate could have been as high as maybe 2.35 to 2.5. Interest rates have come down with 2 interest rate moves from the Federal Reserve, and they really, the last couple of weeks, really settled in, and we were starting to see anything that was about 10 years or less at that low 2% interest rate. These are bidders that we typically see. I was also explaining to Rochelle this morning as the bids were coming in that in the summer months, when interest rates were creeping up a little bit, we were seeing only about 4 bidders. So we're really happy today to see 7 bidders. It's a testament to your prior issuance that you have a low debt amount outstanding, that you have audited financials. And we did talk with Bankers Bank. They did not want to list one bank specifically in the county that they were working with, because they did state that it is typical that they will reach out to all of the county banks and see if anyone wants to take any of this. So they did not want to forget anyone or not put somebody on there that should have been on there. So with that, the final page is your debt service schedule, and I remind you it is callable. So it is callable after that 2024 coupon, and so that means those last 2 years, if you had money ahead, you would be able to call that in or pay that off early, in whole or in part. So with that, I would answer any questions that you have, and we would be happy to discuss any questions, but we would recommend that you would sell the Bankers Bank of Madison, Wisconsin at 1.9193% today.
Resolution 9 would identify that.
Correct. Rochelle and I did do updates so that she has replaced that page in your packet, identifying Bankers Bank of Madison as the low interest rate, and also identifying that we did not change the $750,000 amount. Had you gotten a $200,000 or $300,000 premium, which we were seeing earlier in the summer, we would have changed it because knowing you didn't need all of that money, so we would have reduced that. So we did leave that the same today.
I make a motion on resolution 9/1920 for Bankers Bank of Madison, Wisconsin.
Motion from Mr. Schulte to consider resolution number 9/1920. Support from Mr. Helmers. Further discussion or questions? Hearing none, I'll ask Mr. Schulte, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Helmers?
Yes.
Mr. Bloor? Aye. Mr. Jones? And I vote aye.
have your signature and title on both of those, I would be out of your hair.
What will they do, like,
What was that?
interest, what will these interest rates do, Haley?
So there's some discussion that this is about as low as they're gonna get now. There was also some discussion that we may be having a little inflation because of, the oil, fields kind of burning in Saudi Arabia, and so potentially, oh, no, it doesn't have that, thank you. So potentially, I think that we're probably sitting about as low as we're gonna get for the rest of the year, and the reason is once we get into December also, I call it a shame on you market, which means you should have sold your bonds earlier. We do see an uptick usually in December of maybe 10 to 15 basis points. So thank you very much. I will leave this one. Okay. I'll take this one back. So I think we're probably sitting as low as they're going to get. We're very happy with the 1.93. I mean, I will point out that we were at 2.28, I believe, on your 2.88, I'm sorry, on your issuance in 2017. Now, that had a lot longer maturity, but those were still very, very low interest rates at that time. So, all right. Thank you all very much for your time. Nope, you can just keep that for yourself. All right. And I will get those dial-in instructions out to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
We've got an item to discuss partnering with Osceola Community Hospital for an ambulance building. Here to make a big presentation.
No PowerPoint?
No PowerPoint, no, I didn't even bring any handouts. Just recently, we've been talking and working with, Osceola County Ambulance Service, on, bringing Dr. Rachel Wilson-Owen as the medical director, and then also doing, working on our trauma certification for the hospital. As part of our trauma certification, we do have required training and education that we have to do with EMS, and so the state does see a real close connection there. And so, through some conversations, we're asking just for consideration of thinking in the long term, that there be a potential of putting an ambulance garage on the campus of Osceola Regional Health Center. That's all it's really why I'm here today, is just to see if that is something that the Board of Supervisors would be interested in. We are currently going through a master facility plan of our campus, and relocating the emergency room is part of that. And so with that, we would build a the emergency garage connected to the hospital, similar to what we've seen at other facilities in the region.
Could they bring the emergencies right into their garage?
Correct. So you would just drive right in the garage, it'd be half the heated garage, and then you come, and that would just open up into the emergency department or emergency. And there's certain decontamination that we'd have to build into that, as well, that we would like to see. So I had been a conversation that we've read through the minutes and, in the paper, and so just wanted to open the conversation up to this group to see where you're at in that opportunity.
What timetable are you thinking?
So I guess that all depends on funding. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. For us, it's most likely, 4 projects that we have. It'll be probably a 2 to 3 year campaign, fundraising campaign, and then building after that, unless there's other funding opportunities. So, but there's a couple ways to do it, is that the county can continue to operate the service, and that the hospital board and community members just basically give the space to the county to operate on. So that would be, that's an opportunity, so that it's really just moving the location of it and not changing anything else for in the interim, similar to how we did the daycare.
Like, you guys would take care of the building
that is,
construction and maintenance and.
that's something that we can have conversations about if that's.
What do you see, we struggle with having enough people. What do you see the future of that? Or would it be more advantageous for us to be with the hospital and have hospital staff?
Yeah, so I think that's part of the conversation, is if we have nursing staff available or other staff that are part of the service that could go out during with calls, if we're not at a high census time. So that would allow more of the nursing staff, RN staff, whether that's, we've got aides, that would be able to be part of the service as well. We're hearing the same thing from other hospitals in the area, that just the energy services are having a hard time finding volunteers and keeping it staffed. So, legislatively, Senator Grassley has some, it's called the REACH Act. It is, would allow some of the reimbursement, if it was a hospital-based, to be covered by all the costs. So the way critical access hospitals, they work, is they take a certain expense. Medicare will cover expenses for certain services. And so Grassley is trying to get emergency services into that so that emergency services can at least break even, because that's not generally the case anywhere, in rural Iowa.
So in order to move it along a little more quickly, we're not asking, but if we would be interested in helping with it.
Right.
So then it would go along.
Yeah, so if you were willing to fund the building, we could get it done next summer. And we would have, and I need to talk to our board about. Sure. But, that timeline would be ideal. We already have an architect that is looking at plans for something similar. We would just add on the language.
What do you do? Just give us some numbers?
Yeah, yep.
So I'd be interested in that.
I think.
What reservations do you have? I think that's probably.
So, only reservation I have is the cost more than what it would cost us to build a similar building and not have it attached to the hospital. It's my only issue with it.
But in order to have hospital staff or nursing staff be included, then it just about has to be connected with the hospital, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Would there be,
Logistics.
would there be a place for, I forget his name, that's on the ambulance now, for a place to sleep? Yeah, maybe.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, we'd have plenty of rooms that you could utilize.
Okay.
And we do have staff that sleep. Our nurse practitioners and PA physician assistants do stay at the hospital. So cost.
We're not overrun with interest in,
No.
a building that we're,
Nope.
that does present a viable option, and
Yes.
it's bound to improve, or likely to improve the response time and service, and so.
I like this, has a nurse in there.
Yeah, it's reasonable.
How would you, how would you tie in the rest of the community's ambulance with that? I guess I'm not even sure what I'm asking. Would they be part of it then, or would they be, like your Melvins, your Cheatons, your,
Basically, stay the way it is now.
just stay the way it is?
Yeah, so I think that's more of a question of what Dr. Wilsono and Sandy are doing to, you know, coalesce the group. And, you know, Nathan, Peters is our new trauma coordinator.
Sure.
So he's gonna be working with them to bring a little bit more, education, because we have to do a lot of education on the hospital side of for our trauma certification. So that's in process. We had a great meeting on Friday. They're talking about how do we, Dr. Wilson wants to go to school, and talk with some of the students there about becoming an EMT. Yeah.
They've done that in Sioux Calhoun, actually, I had a class with high school students. And yeah, you're gonna lose a certain percentage, but you may also keep a certain percentage. That's something I do, because I was on the team for 3 years. We just can't recruit anybody to do it anymore, so. I think it's a win-win.
I don't know. Yeah, it'd be nice to have some numbers when we talk about it, but I like the idea.
Good, our plan is to have the architect here, next week, and then 2 times after that, just to discuss options. There's not, you know, this is one of the projects that we're working on from our campus, but I can get you some numbers hopefully by, early November.
Sure, that's right.
Maybe in November.
Yeah.
Would it be possible to join in that meeting when they do their presentation, or?
Absolutely.
Just let us know, I don't know if it'll work or not, but
Yep.
you're open to sit in on it, might be helpful.
Yeah.
How many stalls will we be looking at? 1 or 2, or?
Would be at least 2.
Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Couple, 2 or 3 stalls?
Well, you know, the other option is to, you know, have our main one parked right next to the ambulance, and then have another separate location. We've got some garages that we can utilize, and we're planning some remodeling there as well.
Yes, I think the one ambulance they just use basically for transfers.
Okay.
I'm excited about it.
Yes, I do.
About space in the interim,
But we're fine now,
we're fine for space, okay.
because we've jotted some stuff around where it's so tight that.
Okay, all right.
This building is gonna be addressed if we're talking a 3-year campaign versus next summer, that's, it has to be dealt with, if that's how it goes, so. No reason to not pursue it further, or,
Do you have garages where you can lock them up, where nobody else can get in them?
Not at this time.
See, that's what the evidence garage would be good for, is if they could push a car in there and just lock it up. But, yeah, that's down the road.
we could section off a stall or 2 of the current building, and the engine would go out potentially too, so,
Yeah, we're gonna have options.
yeah.
All right, well, thank you. I will bring back some information, and we'll just touch base.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
All right,
All right, thank you.
very much. Anything else? We received an email going into the weekend that evidently 2 Rivers has asked to be on O'Brien County Board, next board meeting agenda tomorrow, so I don't know if the sorting process is beginning or what they're doing exactly, but that would be fine to go down and sit and just find out what happens, but it could be continued interesting happening.
So are we getting any new members to the region?
And I think that the mediation that was supposed to happen with Cassuth County and CSS did not happen. Understanding that they were supposed to provide documentation and evidence to some of their claims, and it was not provided, so mediation was called off. There's talk and hope that an agreement will be reached, but speculate on that to some extent, and have, but I would be really leery to consider
Got it?
Yeah.
Or else I can make a motion. Okay, I'll
Just as a motion, Mike offers support, yeah. Considering adjourning, any further discussion?
do we have to consider it?
All, first,